All right, family, we're gonna get started. The iPad died on us. We got a backup plan, so we're just gonna show them on the computer.
There we go.
Until we get the iPad together. All right. Well, I want to formally introduce you to Janice Williams and Saba. What's your last name?
Matthew.
All right, Saba Matthew, Supreme Lending, and we brought them in today because there's some phenomenal loan programs that they have, and they're also going to speak to us about the level of customer service. As you all know, that's extremely important. You know what's important to us as real estate professionals is being able to get these deals closed as soon as possible, because then that's how we get paid, as well as being smooth, as smooth as possible. Communication is key. And then the type of programs that they're able to offer is great as well. And customer service, obviously, they're referring to us. We can refer our people to them and put ourselves in a position to where we get referrals and do repeat business.
Right.
So we're here to definitely learn about you all, learn about your company, tell us how y'all can help us and how we can help you.
Sure. We're happy to do it. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely.
So hi, everyone. For those of you who I have not yet had the pleasure of meeting, my name is Saba Matthew. I'm one of the branch managers here at Supreme Lending Galleria in Houston. And I am here today with Janice Williams, who is a loan officer at our branch. We're going to talk to you today a little bit about some of the different loan programs that we have to be able to help you better help your clients and close some more business. We'll definitely be taking questions as well so that we can, further help you as we move through today's session. Did you want to add anything here about?
No, I'm newer on the Supreme team. I've been licensed since October, but the team and the culture at Supreme is great, and we're excited to work with you guys and tell you guys what we have to offer.
Yeah, so Janice has been licensed since October, but since then she's been doing great things. She has, amazing personality, people person. So as you know, being in the sales side of the business, it's very important because yes, we do home loans. Yes, we offer financing. Yes, you do sell real estate, but at the end of the day, it is a people business. So these skills are really important. She's also got a pretty good background as well when it comes to the financing side of it. And so she's been great. I myself am going on my 7th year. I've been a branch manager for 5 years now, and have helped over 500, actually we did the math yesterday, over 500 families over the past 7 years, and have funded over 100 million in the state of Texas. So I'm happy to be a mentor to the branch, and I'm happy to help y'all out as well. So having said that, we're just going to jump right into it. Of course, we're here to today tell you about the different loan programs that we have and our systems and processes that we have in place to help you do more business as well. So the most common loan product that we see is conventional and FHA loans. 80% of the business that funnels through nationwide is going to be is going to be in the form of traditional financing. We also do a lot of VA loans as well. So if you have any clients that are veterans, we can tackle those loans very easily. We're actually a direct VA lender. We've also got some pretty good grant options as well. We pretty much have every grant product in the book that you could think of for those that may need it. So, with the conventional loans, we can go as low as 3% down, which is very low. A lot of banks require, it's pretty much like next to nothing, a lot of banks do require 5% down, but we can get away with as little as 3% down for those that are first-time home buyers. We also have a very awesome conventional product that's in-house where you get a discounted rate and a discounted mortgage insurance for those that qualify. And what is a qualifying factor for that is going to be the credit score and also the income limit. So if you have somebody that has a 680 credit score, I'm sorry, I don't know where to look. I'm just looking kind of all over the place. Just in here, right? That's good, right? Okay. So for those that have a 680 credit score and pretty strong credit, I would say it's not it's not like a 740, but it's pretty decent credit, and can put down as little as 3%, and do not make more than $64,000 a year. That is an option that we have to give a discounted rate and a discounted mortgage insurance, which ultimately yields the lowest payment. So if you have someone that is rate sensitive and payment sensitive, both, then this is the great option for them. It also helps you as real estate professionals sell more expensive properties if we go this route. Because they get discounted rate and discounted mortgage insurance, they ultimately can look for a home that is $30,000 more, on their budget. So you can sell a more expensive home and still keep them satisfied with that low payment. So we can definitely customize that for those that, that fit those needs. And it also gives y'all more inventory as well to show, which is nice, especially right now, as we know, Houston is suffering from low inventory. So it's nice to keep that in your back pocket. We also have, of course, FHA loans where we can, offer as little as 3.5% down with a minimum FICO score requirement of only a 580. That's huge, so 580, it used to be 620. When the pandemic happened or initially started in 2020, they took it up to 640. So that was a mess because, a lot of people that we had initially approved at that time, well, it was an agency rule across the board. We get to go back to all of our pre-approvals and see, who basically, unfortunately, had to get that taken away from them. Now, since the economy is slowly getting better, they've dropped it to a 580. I think they're also trying to pump more money back into the economy. Whatever, we're good with it. We'll take a 580. Let's get them approved. So that's pretty awesome. As low as a 580 on an FHA loan. Of course, you always want to try to make sure that you have someone that has a 620 and above, because it's easier for approvability. They will qualify for more programs. And, it just leaves less room for, potential hiccups as the loan moves forward. Say the income doesn't check out necessarily and whatnot. And we'll talk about that as well, because there are processes that we have in place as a branch that really eliminate the whole finger crossing aspect of the process. And it's more of like a guaranteed loan. So we'll get into that as well. And then, of course, we've got our VA loans. So if you are working with somebody who is a veteran, we can definitely help with a VA loan. We facilitate that at a branch level from start to finish. We are a direct VA lender. And of course, that's 0 down, 100% financing, and no mortgage insurance. It's really the best type of loan that you could get. So if you are working with a veteran, keep us in mind as well. We can definitely help out with that. We do some USDA loans, just not a ton of them, just because of where we're situated, in the Houston area. But, there are some parts of the greater Houston area that are eligible for USDA loans, and that's also 0 down, 100% financing, and no MI. So that's something that we do as well. I'll tell you right now, last year I closed over 100 loans and I did 0 USDA loans.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So again, it's okay if you don't come across them, but they're just not common in our market, and yeah, so that's some of the streamlined products that we do have to offer. We also have grant programs as well, as I mentioned. So we have our Supreme Dream program, which is awesome. And here's why it's pretty great. Okay. Because there is no income limit. So typically when you're getting qualified or when you're trying to qualify for a grant, you have income limits depending on the county and that you're looking to purchase in. And also, your household income is how they qualify you. So with our Supreme Dream Grant program, it's our own product. We control both liens, the first lien and the second lien, and it's up to 5% in down payment and closing cost assistance, which is pretty big. Up to 5% in down payment and closing cost assistance. That's not the rate. It's no income limit. Yeah. My first one that I did, believe it or not, the borrower made $110,000 a year and he purchased a home in the Heights. Again, for you as realtors, it's a great product to keep in or tool to keep in your back pocket, because you can now sell more expensive properties. Typically, when you're looking at other grant programs like through the state, like TSHAC, Shanoa, all those, the ones that hold a second lien through the state, they have income limits, as you may know. And what that means is that can't sell,
Yeah, you
you
can't
know,
make
as
so
high
much
of, you
money.
can't make, yeah, as much money off of them. So, as
No
well,
income limit.
no income, I know, right? That's what we were saying too when we first saw it. So
Yeah.
we're like, is this a typo,
So
you
is
know?
it just first time, you have to be a first time home
You
buyer?
do have to be a first-time home buyer, no income limit. So you can make like $300,000 a year and you could qualify for the
It's your
grant.
first house.
If
Yeah.
it's your first home, right? Exactly. Yeah,
Wow,
yeah, it's pretty awesome.
that is pretty
Mhm.
awesome.
And that's a portfolio product. It's our own loan. I mean, it's our own product. So,
How long have y'all been offering it?
just as of July of 2021.
Okay, so it's recent.
It is recent. Yes, exactly. Yeah, so it's pretty great. So again, and that's a 640 minimum FICO score for that. No income limit again, and up to 50% debt to income ratio is acceptable. It is an FHA loan. Okay, so you can't go conventional on that. It's going to be FHA.
Okay.
But you know, with the income limits increasing on FHA loans as well, again, I mean, it gives you all a lot of inventory to
that's the
put in that
limitation.
category.
So the limitation will come in.
As an
as far
FHA
as
loan.
FHA. So what is the highest amount of house she can purchase under the FHA loan?
They just took up the loan limit, so now we're looking at almost 400,000.
Okay.
Yeah,
Alright.
yeah, that's
That's good.
insane.
Yeah.
Whenever I first started, it was like 200,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. So it's like almost doubled, and so
Yeah.
and I'm sure it's going to keep increasing.
Yeah.
The same thing with the conventional loan limits have increased as well. So you can now go up to 636,000, whereas even last year, if we were having this conversation 1 year ago, it was like in the low 500 range. So I mean but that also tells you the prices naturally are
Yeah.
going up as well, and going conventional up to that high at this point with the increased limits also alleviates the jumbo aspect of qualifying. So you don't, you know, it's not very difficult, but it's more red tape to qualify for a
Yeah.
jumbo loan. Now you can get away with conventional up to that price. So that's nice as well.
That is good.
Yeah. So I'm gonna just pause for a second and ask if anybody has any questions, because I mean, I can just sit here and talk to you.
Yeah,
until
there's a lot of
tomorrow.
information.
Yeah.
And we're managing the chat. So if you have any questions and you want to place it in the chat, go ahead and we can get those questions addressed because we'll see it pop up on the screen. So I do have a question with the conventional, the conventional 3%. You say you go as low as 3%.
Mhm.
All right. What are the limitations? What's the credit score? What's the
As long as we
qualifiers
can
for that?
get, right, so that's a really good question. So as long as we can get an approval, you know, and like an AUS approval on it, it doesn't matter, you know,
Okay.
but typically a conventional overall profile does require anywhere over a 680 and above. Okay, typically it's just
Yeah.
better to do that and to remain below 45% debt to income
Right,
ratio.
yeah.
Otherwise, you're gonna have other factors that are gonna be needed to make up for, like compensating factors for lack of, you know, what is a hard requirement.
Gotcha.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
like for example, assets, reserves, things like that. So, yeah.
Let's see, any other questions? If not, we'll just let Saba talk.
Roll
I have a question.
away.
Does someone have it, Laura?
Yes. So in the past, I don't know if you guys can see me.
Turn it up a little bit.
Hold on, Laura, hold on.
Okay.
Hold on 1 second. Laura,
Yes.
here we go, we can hear you.
So in the past, and I'm trying to get active in real estate again, but in the past, there's been flyers that you guys have been able to create with, you know, some of this information, especially for first-time home buyers and things of that nature. Is that something that you guys still provide for realtors, or? I probably missed that when you guys mentioned it, so sorry.
We'll actually be emailing this one out. We'll probably send it to you. And if we have an email list, you'll have our information as well. And if there's something that you want us to put on a flyer that maybe we haven't sent out, we can have that created as well too. We do have an in-house marketing team.
So I think what Laura's asking is do y'all co-brand though? Like,
Yes.
does Laura put her stuff on it? Is that
Absolutely.
what you're asking, Laura?
Yeah,
Yes.
that too, obviously.
Yeah, absolutely. If you want, if you're hosting an open house, we can co-brand it and have marketing material to take there. If it's something that you want digital, we can have that made as well.
Or like a social post or something
Mhm.
like that, or to where you can blast to your database. Yeah, we could definitely get that co-branded for you.
Yeah, I'm definitely interested. So I'll look forward to it, ladies. Thank you.
Absolutely.
And and for everybody that wants the digital flyer email, drop your email address in the chat and we'll pull it and make sure we get that emailed out to you guys. And do y'all do social media?
Oh, yeah.
Y'all want their handles? Maybe y'all can follow them.
Absolutely.
All right, drop your handles in there as well, so y'all can pick up a couple more followers on y'all social media.
I like that.
Looks like Kim has a question. Go ahead, Kim.
Great day, ladies. Hello, Brooks and Davis family.
Hey,
Thank you, Supreme Lending, for just taking out time to introduce your services and your products. Definitely hearing some great things. My question today is from contract to close, how long is it taking you guys?
Great question.
Good question. Yeah. So, it's really going to depend on every scenario. And right now with just the nationwide shortage of appraisals, and the backup, that's really the only thing that we're seeing that's a delay, compared to, let's say we were having this conversation sometime a year and a half ago. But having said that, though, and I was going to get into the process as well, because it's very important to know what the process is here. So typically we can get a loan closed within 25 days. As of right now, because of the nationwide shortage of appraisers, we definitely don't want to overpromise anything. If there wasn't a nationwide shortage of appraisers, we could close in as early as 2 weeks. So it'd be just as good as a cash offer. Yes. But because of that, even if you are putting in a rush request on appraisals, and again, this is a problem with various lenders all across the nation, because apparently we're in the wrong business. Maybe we should have been an appraiser, they're not even taking, like before they were taking highest and best bids. Now they're just they've got so much business and so backed up that that's not even really fixing that issue anyway. But in short, about 25 days is, I would say is reasonable and something that we could promise and actually make happen. And so what we like to do is, and this is something that, we do this on all loan applications. The process would be, if you're kind enough to trust us and send us a referral, Janice will take the loan application, whether it be over the phone. We do have an online application as well, which we know a lot of people like to do it online because they work during the day or, whatever it may be. And it takes only 3 or 4 minutes to do it online. And once we have the application, then we offer same day review and within 24-hour turn times for pre-approval. Of course, this would be if we have the loan documents back or the income documents back that are required to complete the pre-approval. So once the application is reviewed, we ask for the income documents such as the W-2s for the last 2 years and the most recent pay stubs up front. If we're provided those, today, for example, then by tomorrow, your client should have a pre-approval in hand and they can be out there shopping. We do calculate the income and verify the income up front so that there are no surprises. That's something that I've had as a rule since, I started the branch with my counterpart because, we'd rather have, like we were talking about earlier, a guaranteed loan approval versus crossing our fingers and waiting for the last moment. A lot of people will say that they make X amount, and really they do make X amount. It's true. They're not, they're not lying, but what happens is sometimes that can't all be used on a loan application per Fannie and Freddie guidelines. And they don't know that. And we don't know that until we, get into the application. And so that's why we like to really take a very good loan application up front, get the income documents up front and verify that and square it all away for you right away. And then, like I said, within 24 hours, your client will have a pre-approval in hand. So, yeah.
Thank you for answering the question.
90-minute contact time as well. So, if you, like I said, if you're kind enough to send a referral, we will contact the client within 90 minutes.
Sweet. What were you saying, Kim? Super real to Kim.
I was thanking you for answering the question. Thank you,
Oh,
Saba.
you're welcome. No problem.
All right, any other questions about what they've discussed so far? Anything else in the chat? No? Just emails, they put their emails and they IG in the. All right.
You can add your Instagram handle as well to the chat.
I should.
She's gonna, Janice is gonna put her Instagram handle in there as well.
Janice, JANESE
Come
_
on back.
Lens, LENDS.
Oh, come on back.
So what we will do is we'll send an email when we get back to the office today with actually this loan programs flyer here, and then and some additional information as well, and how to contact us, contact Janice, and get started on a loan application. And of course, like I said, if y'all have any other questions or maybe have a scenario that you have currently with a lender that you may be working with that you may not know, and would like a second level review of it, we're happy to help you out with that as well. We can do the co-branded flyers for your listings, or if you have an open house, it's something that we can do as well, or any sort of social posts that you think would be helpful for you to capture leads. We can definitely we can create that for you also. That's pretty much it. I don't know if anyone has any other questions. I don't want to take up too much of your time, but yeah, that's all we got for you.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
So I have a credit challenge client. Now they went to Credit Karma and said, "Oh, this was 580." I don't either. So 580. So they're probably a 530 or something.
Something along those
Yeah,
lines.
it's
More than
typically
likely,
40
yes.
points off,
Yeah.
from what I've seen.
Are they working with a credit repair company?
No.
Okay. Do you know, did they tell you why their credit score is low?
Well, I think it's just like they miss a lot of payments on.
That's recovery.
bills and
That's
things
time.
like that.
Yeah, that makes sense. Yeah.
So some just needs
Time.
So what's the lowest amount? What's the lowest credit score?
580
580. Okay, so anything else?
would be ineligible,
Okay,
unfortunately.
for your.
Well, FHA is an agency rule, 580 all across the board.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. We do have a credit repair contact that we can vouch for. So if you ever need a contact information to send your clients, we can send that over to you. Yeah.
Are y'all familiar with Home Partners of America? So they have a program where what they'll do is the client could actually, like, they go find a property that they want to purchase, right? And then through their Home Partners of America program, they'll buy the house for them and then lease it to them.
I've heard of Divvy, yeah.
While they're getting their stuff together,
Mhm.
and then come back and refinance out of it at some point. And the same thing, yeah, with Divvy and Home Partners. Like, do y'all?
I've never worked with that before, no.
It's new information to me. It's something that I'm looking into, but no, we've never worked with them
Because
yet.
there may be opportunity for the people that are, like you said, it's time.
Mhm.
Time is the fix,
Mhm.
right? It still puts them in a position where
Mhm,
they can get in the house that they're gonna ultimately purchase. Once they get that figured out,
mhm.
then you guys do the loan on it.
Yeah.
Whenever they're ready.
And I will say, we have an in-house process about, leads that come in and that aren't approved, and we make sure that we follow up with them at least monthly, so that you as a realtor, you're attached to that lead. So if they're not ready in January, but they are ready in, May, then we'll make sure that we reach out, call them, see where they're at. And if we can get them pre-approved, you'll get a fun little phone call in May saying that they're ready to start shopping for a house. Yeah.
These Chick-fil-A sandwiches.
I know, I'll have to eat up.
Thank you guys for having us
Thank
here.
you guys for
Definitely
joining
look forward
us.
to helping you and working with you. Yeah, and thank you for joining us.
Thank you, ladies.
Thank you. And like I said, we'll send out the flyer. You'll have all my information. So if anybody, wants to collab, like Saba said earlier, just let us know.
Yeah, and guess what? Y'all missing out on these Chick-fil-A sandwiches. I'm about to get my Chick-fil-A
Run into the
sandwich,
office for some
baby.
free lunch.
All right, but look, thanks again, guys, for coming on. Again, we have if you haven't done orientation, we're gonna be doing that today at 2:00. There's another opportunity for you to get that done. There we go, get the screen, boom. I'm actually here, like I'm not just a voice in the screen. We are doing that, and then keep in mind, guys, we have another person coming tomorrow as well at 12:00. So if you got some time available, you can jump in right there as well. With that being said, if y'all don't have any other questions for Saba or Janice, then just be on the lookout for that email and we'll talk to you later. Gonna be great.
Thank you.
Gonna do great things.
Bye, thank you.
Bye.
Thank you.